How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are worth a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I'd just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? Let's get into the video today, guys. Today, I do want to talk about PROG, Progenity. And this stock has been going on some, this is one of those plays that people have been talking about for a while. And for a while, I mean, a very, very short while. Excuse me. A lot of people weren't sure if this was FUD, if hedgies are trying to pump the stock to make people come away from AMC and everything. Me personally, I think it's a regular play. I mean, it's very possible, I suppose, that the hedgies are trying to pump this, but either way, people are making money, and it looks very appealing from a short squeeze type of standpoint. Okay. So let's take a look and see what's going on. And, is it over? Is Progenity, is it done? PROG, is it going to continue to run? I'll just give you my thoughts. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I do have some strong opinions on what I think is going to happen with this stock. And I figure I would go ahead and share it with you. So as we can see over here, we'll just kind of ignore the drop and everything. We'll just start right here, kind of clean slate, as if though it was bottomed out, and then there was some kind of movement, right? So we saw here previously, this was back in September 29th, and we see here around September 29th, they had a huge run. The run lasted, let's see, this is 1, 2, and then in the after hours. So we'll call it 2 days, a very nice run in 2 days. And then, of course, it has its retracement. And this is typically what we see with these heavily shorted stocks. They go for a huge run, whether shorts cover, they can cover the smallest amount, and the stock will go hyperbolic. Went from, even if we say it went from $1 to $2.50 at the peak right here at the candle wick, like insane, right? 100% gain easily. And that's exactly what we see here, right? And so we see it went up and then it kind of retraced, and then it's been a few days. So let's see, since the run up, it was kind of flat for a few days, and then it came down 1, 2, 3, 4 days. On the 5th day it went up. Okay. And again, I'm not saying on the 5th day it's going to happen again. I'm just saying, for example, the stock moves and then kind of retraces a little bit and then seems to have moved again. So again, nothing is definitive here, especially with these heavily shorted stocks. Sometimes we see them move, sometimes we don't see them move. And you know exactly which stocks I'm talking about if you're in AMC and yada yada. But for this particular one, that's what we've seen so far. And currently that's what is going on again, right? We see it consolidate. Previously it consolidated, so we had the after hours. So 1, 2 days of consolidation, 1, 2 days of consolidation. We'll see if it goes down tomorrow, what happens. But the question is, like, let's say it does consolidate to go down or whatever, even if it retraces pretty harshly down to, $1.50 or something. Is it done? Like, is there going to be more room for growth? Is this thing going to keep going? And I figure, let's take a look at the Ortex data, and I'll give you my personal opinion. So here we go. We have it pulled up here. So one of the new metrics that I'm kind of looking at is the percentage of the free float on loan. I think this is a pretty significant number. Again, nothing is definitive with this, but I feel like this is the percentage of the free float that is on loan that these shorts are holding, right? Most likely. Well, yeah, because it's on loan. So that's what's going on with that. And I think that the higher it is, probably the more fuel is in the engine, right? The crazier it can go. And granted, we don't know naked shorts, yada, 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 but we'll just take the data at face value for now, right? And so let's take it at face value. Let's take a look at the percentage of the free float on loan. As we can see here, it went hyperbolic just a few days after, as it started to run, as a matter of fact. And then even during the retracement, it was still super high. So we can see here, even after the movement, right? We're T+2 right now. So even after the movement, we are still up a crazy amount at 57.75%. The all-time high being 58.87% of the free float on loan, okay? Which I think is extremely significant. But let's go ahead and move on past that one. That's one of my running theories that I have right now about the free float on loan. But we'll see. Let's stick to a little more traditional metrics that most people look at. Utilization, right? Utilization is how much of the shares are on loan, right? If it's at 100% utilization, then theoretically all the shares that can be lent out have been lent out, right? And that's typically when we see the moves. There's nowhere they can short. They're kind of like frozen, and then that's typically when we see some kind of movement, right? Anywhere I would say above 95% typically. So let's go ahead and see that it's at 99.94%. Even with this movement, you know, it was up 50% from 2 days ago. Even with that movement, it is still ridiculous. It's like max value. I would consider it max value. Ready for a movement again. Okay. Looking at the shares on loan, again, the all-time high being 28 million, 28.2 million, and currently it's at 27.7 million, right? It was nothing. They covered barely anything, and it went up, you know, that 50%. They barely covered anything from 28 to 27 million, you could say. Nothing. And so let's look at the short interest of the free float. Now, short interest of the free float, I think, just has to be over a certain number. I think 15% is probably that number. That's, again, my personal theory with it. I think even over 10% is pretty dang high. But as far as movement goes, anything over, I think 15% is very significant, I'll say. And so we can see here it's at 46.54%, which is ridiculously high. Again, still ridiculous. The all-time high being 54.3%. And after that T+2, it's down just a little bit, right? And we can see the cost to borrow, min, max, and average. You know, this is a wide array, so not really my favorite, but, you know, the max being 260%, average being 112. We see stocks that really aren't even close to being this high for the cost to borrow. So I think this is significant. So if I were to guess, if I were to say, if I were to have $1 million, would I put money on this play because I think it's going to go crazy? Me personally, 100% yes. Again, my own personal thoughts. I personally do not have a position in PROG. It was one of my top 4 stocks to put money in as a play, and I just didn't, for no reason. I just didn't do it, and I've been beating myself up pretty badly about it. You know, but it's like, you know, you never really know what's going to run. But based on my theory, I should have acted on my theory, and I would have you know, done pretty well. And I'm not going to have that happen again. So I'm going to take a small position on PROG. It's nothing in comparison to my like AMC position, but I am going to take a small position in this. And I just wanted to bring it to people's attention, just in case if you want to take a position, take a position. If you don't want to, I mean, do whatever you'd like. Manage your risk, manage your money, manage your life. But that's just, I just wanted to bring this to people's attention just in case they were like, like on the fence about it. This is what the data shows. This is my personal thoughts, and you make your own decision. All right. I'll call it there. I just wanted to go over this really quick. That's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. You know what to do. If you like it, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Have a great night. Peace.